Alright, so we're gonna go over a 15 priory
4,
we timed
3,
recently.
2, 1.
The expedition
show the
built the
route that I've been
priory as a
running
place to
lately.
contemplate the mysteries of Bale.
Hopefully it's useful. We've started doing Devil Knight as the first pull.
Great. The devotees have become
I feel like the
secretive.
Knights do a little bit less damage than going directly Knight mini-boss, and with this
Captain Dale cries
pull
protect
we're
himself.
able to skip Shane.
Each of his
We send this
lieutenants
first and
wants
send
this
less damage as usual.
Draw them away and defeat them.
As usual, try and stop as many defends as you can here in this speed coming up quite a bit. This into double team just to go faster. I need to watch these whole pulls. This first pull took us a little long, but I wanted it to, but it's fine. I ended up going into mini boss right when Titus is still down and coming back up, so that helps. I probably could have added mini boss a little bit faster. And this is a little bit smaller, safer pull for the Salmon. Now, specifically, you want to do this pull on this side, because after Suleiman dies, Chainmail will run into the corpse, no matter where he is. And since we're going right side, I'm killing him over on this side, and we're just going over that way, and there's no risk of pulling her at any point. He dies. We rip up the right stairwell, and we're gonna pull these footmen, that sharpshooter. Now you're gonna want to pull back into this corner a little bit until you're ready to get the patrol when it comes. Usually I would try and wait until the linces were down at least before you add this patrol, but since it depends on where the patrol is, sometimes you end up adding it much later. Here right now, I think I should just add it in. Yeah, I probably could have added it a little bit sooner there, but this was the first 15 we've been doing for Priory, so I was a little bit cautious. You'll notice you can see it a little bit in the top corner there, now bottom corner, but I paralyzed out that one sharpshooter just to reduce random damage going out while we do this pull, and then I'll add it into the next pull. He probably could have done it with this, but I figured it was safer. Slow to move on here too. I could have easily gone to this. The heat wave from this boss hurts pretty bad, but the seal of flame does but we do make sure we take advantage of bands and stuff like that during this pull. If you don't have that kind of coordination, just make your healing, try and make sure you've got something ready for every heat wave.
You won't peel off anymore. You must defeat Dale
Now we add the Knight into Emberlane. We were trying to decide if we were going to do Emberlanes with it all the way there, but and then once the Knight's down, we're going to go into the Lynx pack. something you'll see me do with this Lynx pack is I put my Ox statue up at the corner there. The Lynxes will not jump if there's a Guardian that's the farthest away. They always jump on the farthest away target. And anything that's counted as a Guardian, so like Mage, Mirror Images, Hunter Pets, all kinds of Warlock and Balanced Druid stuff. If it's farther away than any... I didn't need these, by the way. I don't know why I pulled them. But if there's anything with those that are farther away than any player, the Lynxes just won't jump and the bleeds won't go out. So make sure you're taking advantage of that if you can. The main thing on this boss, especially in higher levels, is make sure you have tick rotation for the fireballs and have someone assigned to the battle cry. I do battle cry and the rest of them rotate on the fireballs. Fireballs do hit for around 10 million at this level, so if you get a fireball overlapping one of the circles blowing up, it can very easily one-shot somebody. But other than that, there should be no damage for healer to worry about. Another thing is make sure you are stacked during this fight if you're DPS. It's the absolute worst when range DPS is standing far away and you have to, everybody has to run over to break them out of the stun. It's so much slower and people just, that's the only way people die to it. You can see Sock is standing out, healers don't get targeted by the junks. You see we got a bunch of fireballs go off there and felt a little scary for a second. Once Sock is drinking, I'm going to go in and right. So in and right is a little bit harder on healers, but it sets up the rest of the pulls to be a little bit easier for paladins. We have Lusk for this, so we sent it here. If you go in and left, it makes it a little bit harder to chain the rest of the pulls, but it's easier on healers and harder.
Sister Blades. Destroy these outsiders.
Yeah, so since we did that, this becomes a 3-paladin pull. If you go in and left, this is, if we go over to this side, it's a 4-paladin pull. So it's much better to... Well, it's only a 2-paladin. I guess I can't count. But yeah, it just makes this pull a lot easier with all the extra casts and stuff. On top of the pulls. It's kind of annoying that we don't do something anymore, because I'm pretty sure we let it go off, but... Use that as a nice pack. Kind of went the wrong way there. Cut our DPS off. Where did I go? Died to a sacred tool. So that's what I was talking about. You have to be real careful with that. Sometimes if tolls are going off, you can just send AoE CCs just to make sure that there's no direct overlap.
They serve their purpose. Baron, demonstrate your worth.
So this boss, as the tank, I'm going to solo every 3 stack of the dot with a defensive, and then since we have a Death Knight, Boomy Typhus is going to take the first 3 of every 5 stack, and I'm going to take the first 3 of every 5 stack, and then I'll take the last 2. I think Blood Death Knights can take the whole 5, but in our experience, the damage from popping the stacks has been breaking Typhus's AMZ before the 4th stack, so he would end up getting the dot, and we don't really want any DPS to be sitting on the dot at any point. 3 stack, I've got dampen for it, the shield. 5 stack, he's gonna do the first 3, and I'm gonna do the last 2. I sent Fort there. I don't know if you really need to send a big defensive with 2, but at least have some consistency. But not at the risk of having nothing for the 3 stack. The thing to be scared of too is after, while you have that 3 stack on, is when he does his will enrage. So he will start meleeing you quite hard while you have the 3 stack on. This is super scary, so it kicks out.
It burns away weakness. Blinding light reveals the strength we recollect. Our capitalism.
Such heresy. They can find the secret thing. No better than us.
Tell those purifiers are just so if you get that on, if you can't drop it, we healed up this paladin, which sucks, but it is what it is. We're just gonna move on to the next play. Wait, soft. No, I think we could have gone into the next one. He's gonna have to drink at some point, I guess. Our patrol timing is going to be bad, so I'm going to pull the middle, and I get very lucky, and I get one of these footmen socially, but we don't get the rest of them. I should have waited an extra second, because had we got that entire this would have been a perfect team for sure. But once again, we move all the way over, so we can activate that patrol.
Outsiders, but our sacred flame will simply raise him back to duty.
You can take some of these into the boss, but this is another situation, so I was going to have to drink some of this pack, and as soon as he sits to drink, then we'll go into the boss. There's nothing really special about this boss, to be honest with you. The one thing about this boss is to make sure you try to not kick her in the very first phase, because if you do not kick her at all in this first phase, this pulsing aura and the blinding light will never work. Which makes a big difference in survivability, because the pulsing damage plus the blinding light is much scarier first boss.
4, 3, 2, 1.
We got Earth Grab on the right. Looking to send a leg sweep.
4, 3, 2, 1. Four, three, two, one.
15 priory. I think that's a pretty reliable route for just about any group comp you run. I left the MDT string in the post on Cast Fry, so hope you enjoyed.